Thank you, everyone. I request all of you to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, everyone. Teaching is a very noble profession that shapes the character, caliber, and future of an individual. If the people remember me as a good teacher, that will be the best honor for me. And these are the lines by none other than the missile man of India, the man who ignited billions of minds, by none other than. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the inauguration ceremony of India's largest annual International Faculty Development Program 2022, an initiative of Chandigarh University where professors, associate professors from 32 universities will share their important advancement in the respective disciplines for the individual development. And in this program, we have been joined by the faculty members and the associate professors from 75 universities. And I would like to share with our honorable guests on the dais and off the dais that 75 number is very special for us because this year on 15th August, India will be celebrating its 75 years of independence. And it is an honor for all of us that these faculty members and the associate directors, professors are from 75 universities. And today for the inauguration ceremony, we are also joined by our Honorable Chief Guest of the day, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of State for Education and External Affairs, Government of India. A huge round of applause for Sir, ladies and gentlemen. We also have with us His Excellency Freddie Swan, Ambassador at the Royal Danish Embassy in New Delhi. A huge round of applause for Sir as well. We have with us Shri Dharampal Singh Ji, IAS, Advisor to UT Administrator, Chandigarh. Professor Rajiv Ahuja, Director, IIT, Ropar. Dr. Banwari Lal Nathia Ji, Chairperson, NRC, NCTE, Delhi. We also have with us Sardar Satnam Singh Sandhu, Chancellor, Chandigarh University. We also have on the dais with us Professor Dr. R.S. Bawa, Pro-Chancellor, Chandigarh University with us. And we also have with us Professor Dr. Anand Agarwal, Vice-Chancellor, Chandigarh University. And last but not least, we on the dais have with us Professor Dr. Rajan Sharma, Director, International Relations and Joint Registrar, Chandigarh University. And today we also welcome all the international experts, academicians, professors from 32 countries, and dean and directors, head of the departments, and faculty members of Chandigarh University. So as it is the tradition of India and of Chandigarh University that before commencing any of the event, we seek these blessings of Ma Saraswati, who is the goddess of knowledge and wisdom. So for the lamp lighting ceremony, I would like to invite our honorable chief guest, our guest of honors, and our honorable dignitaries on the dais to kindly come forward and do the honors, please. And we have a huge round of applause because we are seeking the blessings of Ma Saraswati.
सूर्य ब्रह्म शिव विष्णु गजानन जिन चरणों को सेवते ते सूर्य ब्रह्म शिव विष्णु गजानन जिन चरणों को सेवते.
Thank you, everyone. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And now for the welcome address, I would like to invite Professor Dr. R.S. Bawa, Pro-Chancellor, Chandigarh University, and I also request Sir to kindly give a brief introduction about the International Faculty Development Program 2022.
Thank you very much. Honorable dignitaries on the dais and eminent guests from different countries, our own faculty members, local guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great privilege for me to be offering a welcome to a galaxy of outstanding achievers and performers. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a great day for Chandigarh University. We do get guests, we do get speakers, but when I share with you the people who are there on the stage today, I'm sure you will agree with me that this is perhaps the rarest of confluences of such performers and achievers. Our chief guest of the day, Professor Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of State for Education and External Affairs. He's a core academician and he took the oath of office in July 2021. He is a postgraduate and PhD in geography. He has been Deputy Registrar and Director in charge of UGC Academic Staff College, College Development Director of Manipur University, published 8 books, numerous publications, addressed numerous gatherings, attended national and international seminars, conferences. He has also represented on national and international consultative meetings on human resource management, security sector reforms, and land and livelihood rights of indigenous people. He has participated as a member of the Parliamentary Committee on Central Council of Health, Family Welfare, Standing Committee for Science and Technology, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Consultative Committee for DONER and Parliamentary Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, he holds an office where education and external affairs are together. And it augurs very well for implementation of the Honorable Prime Minister's dream of internationalization of Indian education and also making India a Vishwaguru. Sir, we extend a very, very warm welcome to you. And we believe that your presence there is going to make a tremendous difference to the field of education as well as external affairs. We have amongst us His Excellency, the Ambassador of Denmark in the Royal Danish Embassy, New Delhi. His Excellency is a holder of honors degree, and he's a core diplomat who joined Danish Foreign Service in 1982, served as Secretary of Embassy, Permanent Mission in EC, Brussels. He also served as Counselor in Paris. He was Ambassador to Japan. He was CEO of Danish Agriculture Council and served as Ambassador to India, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Maldives, and also to Japan. Sir, we are honored to have you amongst us, and I'm sure his presence here will take the relationship between Chandigarh University in particular and Indian universities and Danish universities to the new level. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce a person whom, if I say, a man of excellence, a person who has excelled in everything that is do. So his excellence personified. I mean, Shri Dharampal ji, IAS, who is a 1988 batch bureaucrat, advisor to the administration of UT. Why I'm saying so, you will know when I share a couple of things about him and his achievements. He's a holder of Bachelor of Engineering degree from PEC in Electronics and Communication, Master of Technology in Computer Science from IIT Delhi. He has also done a course on Managing Information Technology from Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, foreign training on fiscal decentralization and local government, financial management programs from Duke Center of International Development, Duke University, Leadership Challenge in 21st Century Management Program from Harvard, Kentucky School. And now this resulted in what? The kind of positions he has held. He is currently, as I said, the advisor to UT administration since 2021. And he has served for 7 years in the United Nations. He was district electoral supervisor with UNTAC in Cambodia, where he conducted elections very successfully. He is also in UN MIK administrator, civil affairs officer, and the work of international agencies such as NATO in Kosovo, UNHCR, NGO, European Union, UNDP, etc. was his job. He also has served as Deputy Commissioner of Nicobar and Andaman Islands, Commissioner cum Secretary of Andaman Nicobar Administration, Commissioner Relief and Rehabilitation Department, Commissioner cum Secretary of Technology, Government of NCT Delhi, Chairman cum Managing Director, Delhi State Civil Supplies, Financial Commissioner, Government of NCT, Principal Secretary, Land and Buildings, Chairman, New Delhi Municipal Corporation, and so on. And then wherever he served, he got an award. And I share a few of them. He got Digital India Award in 2020, conferred by Honorable President of India. National E-Governance Award in 2007 for innovative approach in post-tsunami relief and rehabilitation. He got Scotch Gold Award 2019 in governance category for DBT in fertilizers and governance now Digital Transformation Award 2019 DBT fertilizers. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all of you, I with great reverence extend a very warm welcome to you, sir. It's a great honor to have you with us. Now, we also have amongst us a researcher par excellence. I'm referring to Professor Dr. Rajiv Ahuja, who is Director of IIT Roped. He has previously served in Uppsala University, Sweden, Florida International University, Miami, Harvard University, US, Swedish Research Council, University of Uppsala, again, and he has supervised 30 PhD students with more than 35 postdocs. He's a fellow of Royal Society of Chemistry, elected fellow of American Physical Society, elected member of Society in Sweden. He has been awarded the Wallmarks Prize for 2011 by Royal Swedish Academy. He's published more than 1,000 papers and 1 patent, and more than 100 of his papers are in international conferences. So, sir, we offer you a great welcome with great reverence. We all are talking about new education policy. And we have amongst us also a person who is totally devoted to education. A person who is a chairman of NCTE, and who is a gold medalist of both BCom honors and MCom honors, more than 40 years of experience, but more importantly, he has delivered 100 sessions, more than 100 sessions on new education policy, both within India and abroad. Sir, we are delighted to have you with us, and I'm sure your presence here is going to give a fillip to the working of NEP and also taking it further. Ladies and gentlemen, as has been informed, I'm very happy to share with you that under the visionary guidance of Honorable Chancellor, this is the 8th International Faculty Development Program that we are organizing today. We ventured into internationalization of education at Chandigarh University in 2014, and the first IFDP was held in 2015. And faculty development program is one of the most important features of Chandigarh University, which we are doing for the last 10 years. I'm also happy to share with you, partly it has been shared, that we have more than 100 experts this time participating, half of them physically here, and the remaining half will be joining us digitally from 32 countries. But more importantly, with the effort of our international relations, international affairs director, Professor Rajan Sharma, we have been able to rope in experts from 75 universities, which goes with the 75th year of independence of India, which we call Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. I'm also happy to share with you that the university as such, you already know it, is interested in internationalization of education and helping the goal of Government of India in internationalization of the entire education system of the country. With these words, I extend a very warm welcome to all of you, our experts from different countries, the faculty members, the media persons, and all those who are present here. And I'm also happy to share with you that more than 200 experts from different partner universities will also be joining this inaugural session. I extend a very warm welcome to them also, and also warm welcome to all those who are joining different social handles in witnessing this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the brief introduction about this program and a warm welcome. And now for the inauguration of International Faculty Development Program 2022, I request our honorable guest, chief guest, and guest of honors to kindly come forward and do the honors of inaugurating the 8th edition of this International Faculty Development Program. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The 8th edition of International Faculty Development Program has been inaugurated, and this program will witness the various sessions, and our honorable experts will share their valuable thoughts with us during these 4 to 5 days. And now it is time to invite our honorable guest of honor, Dr. Banwari Lal Natia, Chairperson, NRC, NCTE, Delhi, for the address. And I request sir to kindly address the audience present here. A huge round of applause for sir.
Respected Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh ji, the Honorable Minister of State for Education and External Affairs, Dharampal Singh ji, IAS, a senior bureaucrat of this state, and Chancellor of this university, and other dignitaries present on dais, and my dear friends and colleagues before me. First of all, I thank you to the management of this university who gave me a chance to visit such type of university. as NCT chairperson, I visited so many universities and private institutions as well as government institutions. But I can say this is the one of the best private universities whom I visited. There are few universities who are having a grade of 8 plus by NEC. We are searching such universities for giving our NEP programs for education who are having A grade program, A grade accreditation from NEC. So this was a very good experience for me. One thing is more that the activity of every activity of education, not only education, but every activity should be devoted to the welfare of society. If any activity is only for self-development or for academic purpose, it is not a good activity. भारत के शास्त्रों ने तो विद्या की परिभाषा ही एक दी है, सा विद्या या विमुक्ते, जो आपको स्वतंत्र करे सब बंधनों से। और विवेकानंद जी ने जो एजुकेशन की परिभाषा दी है वो अपने आप में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। व्हाट इज एजुकेशन? टू ब्रिंग द इंटरनल क्वालिटी ऑफ द स्टूडेंट outside. Actually, every person have such type of qualification, a specific qualification in his intellectuals. शिक्षा का योगदान तो यह है कि वो उस क्वालिफिकेशन को बाहर लाए, उस क्वालिटी को बाहर लाए, जो भी उसकी नेचुरल क्वालिटी है उसको बाहर लाए। इसीलिए हमारे देश में 64 कलाओं की बात होती थी कि जो कला उसमें है उसे वो बाहर लाए। एजुकेशन इज नॉट फॉर एम्प्लॉयमेंट पर्पज ओनली। ये ज्ञान का सृजन है, क्रिएशन ऑफ नॉलेज एंड डेवलपिंग द एक्टिविटी एंड डेवलपिंग द क्वालिटी विच ए पर्सन हैव। बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली नाउ द पर्पज ऑफ एजुकेशन इज ओनली टू गेट एम्प्लॉयमेंट, टू गेट ए सर्विस, टू गेट ए गुड package and all these things. Now we have to think about this, that it is only education through which a country can develop, not only economically, but in other fields also. So, Honorable Minister is sitting here. Sir, please invest in education as far as you can. And you will find that कितना विकास होगा, कितनी समस्याएं समाप्त हो जाएंगी। आप देखिए आज जितने क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटी हैं, दे ऑल आर हाईली क्वालिफाइड मैन। अब वो टाइम नहीं रहा जब कहते थे बुभुक्षितो किम न करोति पापम, भूखा आदमी क्या पाप नहीं करता। आज भूखे आदमी को पाप करने के लिए जगह नहीं है। आज जो पाप करता है वो बहुत ज्यादा इंटेलेक्चुअल है, IIT है, IIM से किया हुआ है, बहुत पढ़ा लिखा है, बहुत बड़ी ट्रेनिंग लिए हुए हैं। तो वी एज एजुकेशनिस्ट वी हैव टू थिंक व्हाई इट इज हैपनिंग। आर वी क्रिएटिंग सच पर्संस? वी हैव टू थिंक। इसके अलावा जो कुछ हम विकास कर रहे हैं, जो नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को कंज्यूम करके विकास कर रहे हैं, that should be for the welfare of the society. सोसाइटी को नष्ट करने के लिए नहीं। बचपन में एक डिबेट हुआ करती थी हमारे स्कूल में, उस वक्त साइंटिफिक डेवलपमेंट शुरू हुआ था इंडिया में कि साइंस विज्ञान मानव के विकास के लिए है, मानव के वेलफेयर के लिए है या मानव को नष्ट करने के लिए है। और उसमें एक बहुत बढ़िया तर्क दिया जाता था कि यदि विज्ञान का दुरुपयोग किया जाएगा तो मानव को नष्ट करने के लिए होगी। What is this? What is happening in this world? और मैं सोचता हूं कि ये हमारी एजुकेशन की ही कमी है। हमारा सारा ध्यान एजुकेशन में वैल्यूज से हटकर केवल एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी पर चला गया। इसलिए ये जरूरी है कि हम बेसिक रोल ऑफ एजुकेशन को पकड़ें। एनईपी के निर्माण के समय भी मैं इससे जुड़ा हुआ था। पूरे देश भर में इस पर 2 करोड़ लोगों से राय ली गई और एक्चुअली क्या है, कहाँ है, किस तरह की एजुकेशन होनी चाहिए, वो हमें सोचना पड़ेगा। आपकी ये संस्था बहुत अच्छे क्वालिटी के पर्सन्स तैयार कर रही है, राइट, लेकिन वो वैल्यूज में भी उतने ही बढ़िया क्वालिटी के हों जो होने चाहिए, क्योंकि आप तो सोशल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी भी बहुत निभा रहे हैं, तो ये उनमें हमें डालना पड़ेगा। एजुकेशन की 2 बातें हमें डालनी पड़ेगी। एक तो पेडागोगी अच्छी हो ताकि वो कर सके, पढ़ा सके, ढंग से समझा सके, ज्ञान का क्रिएशन हो सके, और दूसरा उसमें वैल्यूज डालनी पड़ेंगी। बिना वैल्यू के आप यदि किसी को तैयार करेंगे तो हो सकता है उसकी प्रवृत्ति राक्षसी हो जाए, जो हो रही है। दैट इज, आज विश्व में अशांति है। इतना डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज होते हुए भी अमेरिका को हम सबसे डेवलप्ड कंट्री कहते हैं, सुपर पावर कहते हैं, इसके बाद भी वहां का व्यक्ति अशांत है। इन सब के बारे में एजुकेशनिस्ट को सोचना पड़ेगा। और जब तक सारी हमारी एक्टिविटी वेलफेयर से रिलेटेड नहीं होंगी, द एम ऑफ एवरी एक्टिविटी ऑफ शुड बी वेलफेयर ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग, दैट इज द ओनली एम। ईश्वर ने तो आदमी को आनंदमय बनाया है, प्रत्येक जीव को ईश्वर ने आनंदमय बनाया है। इंग्लिश में उसका शब्द मुझे नहीं मिला, हम हैप्पीनेस कहते हैं। हैप्पीनेस इज नॉट इक्वल टू आनंद। हैप्पीनेस का आप वो देखते हैं इंडेक्स, तो कुछ खर्च करने से, कुछ एक्टिविटी करने से, कुछ उससे हम हैप्पीनेस प्राप्त कर सकते, बट दिस इज नॉट देयर। आनंद इज समथिंग एल्स। एजुकेशन का मुख्य उद्देश्य उस आनंद को डेवलप करना चाहिए। मानव की जो मूल प्रवृत्ति है उसको डेवलप करने के लिए होनी चाहिए। एक इस देश में आदरणीय मंत्री महोदय, इस देश की सबसे बड़ी त्रासदी ये है कि यहाँ सारी एजुकेशन को भाषा से सेंटर कर दिया गया है। इंग्लिश 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 इंग्लिश। सो 90% ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स पॉपुलेशन इज derived फ्रॉम द एजुकेशन। दैट इज वाई एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में कहा गया कि अप टू 5th मातृभाषा में होनी चाहिए। कोशिश की जा रही है इंजीनियरिंग, डॉक्टरी सब उसमें मातृभाषा में हो सके। आपने मुझे यहाँ एड्रेस करने का मौका दिया, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आशा है ये यूनिवर्सिटी इस बारे में सोचेगी कि उसकी सारी एक्टिविटी ह्यूमन वेलफेयर के इर्द गिर्द रहें, उस पर उनका ज़्यादा डिवोशन हो। और एक अच्छी बात यह है कि एजुकेशन आजकल 2 भागों में बट गई है, एक इंडस्ट्री एंड चैरिटी। जहां एजुकेशन इंडस्ट्री के रूप में कन्वर्ट हो गई है, वो हमारे देश के लिए सोचने का विषय है। सौभाग्य से जितना हमने देखा, आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी इंडस्ट्री के लिए नहीं है, इंडस्ट्री के रूप में नहीं चलाई जा रही, ये बात की मुझे खुशी है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, sir. And as it truly said that by sir, that the holistic development of the students of our youth is really important, and the way to complete it and to reach it is only the education. Thank you so much, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite our next guest of honor, Professor Rajiv Ahuja, Director, IIT Ropar. I request sir to kindly address the audience. Please, sir.
Good morning. It's my great pleasure to be here. I would like to first thank Shri Satnam Singh Ji, who has given me this opportunity to come here. And I will start my address for our chief guest, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, Honorable Minister for State for Education and External Affairs, Government of India, and Shri Dharampal Singh ji. And I have a chance to sit with him in the interview of the director of PEC. And then I will also like to thank Freddie. I will not say hi, His Excellency, because we have something common to share, that I spent 30 years in Sweden and we are from the Nordic countries. So we always used to take first name. So Freddie, thank you. And I will also like to thank other people sitting on the dais. And it's really a pleasure for me. And seeing a private institution coming so fast, so up. So this is, I have not seen in my life. Actually, I spent most of my life in Sweden for last 30 years. And this is, for me, also a new education system in India. I have been to Sweden for 30 years. So I joined here only last year as a director of IIT Ropar. So for me, IIT Ropar is also a new institution. But as you know that IITs are doing very well. They are well-known brand. So IIT Ropar is one of them, is one of the youngest IITs, which is developing very fast. But I was amazed what Chandigarh University is doing. And I will say that I will ask our faculty member, especially in IIT Ropar, they should come and visit how Chandigarh University is growing. Since this is a meeting for the International Faculty Development Program, so I can tell you, living 30 years in Europe, how important is the faculty development. Because technology is changing every day, science is changing every day, so we have to always update ourselves. I can tell you that when I was in Uppsala, every professor has to go with the two programs to update them. One is called the pedagogic program, and other one is the supervisor training program. Even I supervise 30 PhD students, but I have to go every year this kind of courses to develop and update myself. So this is a place where we can update ourselves. And it's very good to see that after the pandemic is over, we are all sitting here physically. So this is the best way to learn from each other. I always say that when I join as IIT, and I always say that India can be the world leader by only with two mantras. One is innovation, other is a collaboration. So if we want to achieve something, we should focus on those 2 points. So now you have an international faculty here, and you are working with them, so you can achieve that part of the collaboration while collaborating with them, with the international faculties. Another thing is innovation. We always talk innovation, and our Prime Minister is always talking about unicorn and innovation and entrepreneurship. So this is the right time to India to go in that direction. When we talk about topmost innovative country in the world, they are not very big countries actually. They are small countries coming from the Scandinavia or Nordic countries. They are in top 5 or top 10. They are small countries, but they are very innovative country. How we can bring innovation in Indian culture? I can tell you that if we are good in our basics, when we talk about science or technology, our basic science should be very strong. I can say that basic science is the mother of innovation. You can see that when we are talking about basic science, when we are talking about Nobel Prize, India has not got a Nobel Prize when it comes to the science for a long time. So coming from Sweden, I cannot stop myself saying few words about the Nobel Prize, because Sweden always say that the biggest invention which Sweden has made is the Nobel Prize. So everybody wishing to get Nobel Prize working in area of science, technology, or humanities. So we have to make our basic science very strong. And once we have a strong basic science, then we will be a good innovator, and India can lead, and India can be the Vishwaguru. So when we talk about the basic science, so we have to start this basic science culture from the schools also, or colleges or universities. For that, we need a well-trained faculty members, very updated faculty member who has the knowledge of the advances in the science and technology, what is going on. So that is a key for to be a successful. Another thing is that in our academic institution, industry and academia, they don't work together. So this is one of the tasks which I got when I joined as a director of IIT. In the interview, at that time, Minister of Education, Shri Pokhriyalji, he asked me that, Rajiv, we want to make our education, internalization of education, as well as we want to make India as a hub of the education. Why our student has to go out to study? Why don't the other country people come, student come and study in India? So India should be the education hub in coming millennium. So this is what we are working. And with that, I will like to stop here, and I will not take much of your time. So this is, since International Faculty Development Program will be running here in coming days, I think we can learn from each other, and that's the only way we can go forward. So with that, I will stop here. I wish you all the best, all of you, and thanks for coming and especially inviting me to here, and it's my great pleasure. And since IIT Ropar is not very far from here, so I invite all the student and faculty members, and especially from the Chandigarh University, come and visit to IIT, and how we can work as a partner between IIT and Chandigarh University, and we can lead this area, especially the northern part of this country. We will be the leader in all over India and our world when it's come to the education, technology, and innovation. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. And we think so, sir, Chandigarh University, by organizing such faculty programs, is stepping towards making India the hub of education. So thank you so much for sharing your wonderful words with us. And now for the next address, I would like to invite Shri Dharampal Singh Ji, IAS, Honorable Advisor to UT Administrator, Chandigarh. So please put your hands together for sir and welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Honorable Minister of State for Education and External Affairs, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh Ji, His Excellency Freddie Swan, Ambassador, Royal Danish Embassy, Shri Satnam Singh Sandhu, Chancellor, Chandigarh University, Dr. Banwari Lal Nathia, Chairperson, NRC, NCT, Delhi, Dr. Rajiv Ahuja, Director, IIT Ropar, Dr. R.S. Baba, Professor Pro, Vice Chancellor, Chandigarh University, and all the invited guests. It gives me a great pleasure to be part of this august gathering of academicians and scholars from countries across the world. I welcome the erudite scholars to the Tri-City and its pristine green surrounding where the university is located and is organizing this International Faculty Development Program. This international FDP is in sync with vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi Ji, which envisages to bring Indian education system at par with international standards. The implementation of national education policy is a step in that direction, which will enable a paradigm shift from traditional to a more flexible, equitable, and a more inclusive learning experience. National education policy will also create a new global order based on the 4 pillars of accessibility, affordability, equity, and quality. It also provides for a research ecosystem where academia exchange program, faculty development program of the kind which is being organized here today, and multidisciplinary international research projects would transform pedagogical techniques. Deep disciplinary knowledge combined with cross-cutting knowledge will make our students global citizens. India is among the countries that have the highest number of educational institutions, the highest number of teachers and the faculty members. Certainly, this boosts the importance of events like faculty development program. It also demands a high level of individual and a group effort from the participants to draw maximum learning benefit. Chandigarh has unmatched reputation as one of the best destinations for higher education in the country. Chandigarh University is one such institution that is nourishing and enlightening students from all over the globe. Chandigarh University has been ranked as the leading university by the Government of India for filing highest number of patents in a year in the field of engineering, management, science, health, medicine, agriculture, and others. My congratulations to the entire management, mentors, and mentees. During this program, we will see a change of resources and knowledge which will benefit the faculty, student community in India and abroad. Since this university is named after Chandigarh, so I would like to say a few things about the Chandigarh. In Chandigarh, we have a gross enrollment ratio of Chandigarh is 52.1% as against the national average of just 27.1, which is highest among all the UTs and the states. Chandigarh has highest concentration of higher education institutions per square kilometer area. We have 16 institutions of higher learning apart from other professional, medical, and engineering colleges, along with the institutions of national importance such as PGI and deemed to be university pact, of which I am the former student, and a well-established, reputed university called Punjab University. And so we would like to consider Chandigarh University as a part of that tri-city educational system. Chandigarh higher education is a beautiful blend of government and privately managed colleges and institutes, which is currently imparting education to more than 85,000 students from almost all parts of the country and other countries as well. If the best in Chandigarh can collaborate and share with the best in neighbor, it would bring the best of all, and we can achieve Vasudev Kutukambang in real sense. I'm certain that such program not only sensitize the faculty about new concepts of teaching, enhance knowledge about the ongoing and upcoming pedagogies, but also provides an opportunity to the faculty to learn from the best. Friends, with the implementation of new education policy, the Indian education system is witnessing world's biggest reform in the field of education and is focused upon making India a Vishwaguru once again in the global order. This policy extensively focuses upon attaining the highest global standards in the quality of higher education. Further, it reinforces the need to attract greater number of international students and achieve the goal of internationalization at home. The vision of Honorable Prime Minister has already started showing great result as India has increased its share from 2.3% to 6% in the global student mobility market. And the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister can see the light of the day with all joining hands and sharing our knowledge and resources for mutual benefit. On this note, I would like to congratulate Chandigarh University for organizing such a grand event that aims to explore the effective methods of improving the higher education standards, both in India and in the participating countries. I appreciate the management of Chandigarh University for taking up this initiative to invite academia from 90 universities and from 27 diverse fields to participate, interact, and deliberate in a conducive research environment that is being offered at the university. It is heartening to know that the university has made a niche for itself within a decade by ranking among the top 5 higher education institutions in India. I am sure that today's proceeding will mark the opening of new vistas of international exchange of ideas, skills, research, methodologies, and will mutually benefit to all the stakeholders. I once again congratulate Chandigarh University, especially the Chancellor, for organizing this intellectually stimulating event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enriching words. As said by sir, we also hope that this program will not only help the faculty members of Chandigarh University, but will also help the experts and the academicians who have joined us from all around the world. And with this, I would like to invite our honorable guest of honor, that is His Excellency Freddie Swan, Ambassador at the Royal Danish Embassy in New Delhi, for the address. A huge round of applause for Sir.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm, of course, also truly honored to be invited here to Chandigarh. It's fantastic. I've been here a number of times. I feel ashamed. I've never been to this university. So I have to excuse, but I'll come back. I brought a blank sheet of paper and I will write an equation for your success. I mean, it's a little bit fantastic. You are applauding me because I'm showing you a blank sheet of paper. So keep up the spirit. Honorable members of the Diet, of course, Honorable Minister of State, great pleasure to be here, and all the good friends, those who are the role models up here and those who are really moving this Tri-City. Let me say a few words. I graduated from WhatsApp University. And it's not just a joke, because in India, you can't really move without having graduated from WhatsApp University. And I tell you, it's really, really important. But it's not a bad idea, because it's about connectivity, it's about networking, it's also about high tech. And there's hardly no other country in the world who has so much of future and potential like India. I'm not here to flatter you or in any way to please you, but I sincerely believe that you, India, has a lot to offer for the next 25 years. This year, we are celebrating your 75th anniversary since independence. And independence back from 1947, you were struggling. Nobody really cared for you. You were standing on your own feet. And where you have reached today is simply remarkable. I think we give them a big applause. I come from a small country, 6 million inhabitants. So we are small, but we're also smart. And if you look into all the rankings, and there's so many rankings, and you always pick them where your own universities are high on the ranking, and congratulations with the high ranking here. But it's really important. We were 6 million people, and we are one of the most innovative countries of the world. We have no resources. Ladies and gentlemen, if you applaud too much, then it will take too long time. So wait till I've finished. Denmark has literally no resources, and the only resource we have is our brains. And therefore, we develop a lot of things, and we are really developing a lot of innovative solutions. Think about the scale of India. 1.4 billion in 2025 or 26, you'll be 1.5 billion people. Out of that, 1 billion below the age of 35. So if you do it smart, future-oriented, this nation, this great nation, will have a huge potential. It calls for a lot of reforms. It calls for a lot of focus on education. And I hope that Honorable Prime Minister, as he always will do on the Independence Day of India, the 15th of August, will launch perhaps the world's biggest program for education, because education is the key to a better future. And I do hope that the skilling will also be part of it. 1.5 billion people in 2025. That's a lot of people. Talents will know no borders. We are all human beings. We might come from different nations, but basically we are born with the same skills. Therefore, with 1.5 billion people, India should do much more, Honorable Minister of State, when it comes to education. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a bit special. I'm not a magician. It's a white paper, you see, nothing. And Denmark's success, also happiness was mentioned early on. It's related to this. This is a question mark. Can you see that? Our way of organizing our system when it comes to education, innovation, is based on the ability to ask questions. Therefore, the question mark. And some of you are so smart, so you know if you mirror a question mark, then you will get what? You know that? No. But I know. Then you will have a heart, because when you are asking questions, when you are connecting, when you get insights, when you are connecting with outside world, you'll get happiness. And what this global planet or planet needs is happiness. Normally, before I'm concluding, I will put up an equation for success. 3 Gs and 5 Ss. The 3 Gs stand for good, great, and green. Good in this context, good that this university is up and running, connecting with the outside world. So that's the first D. The second D is great. It's great to be here and great to see the interaction with the international community. Really a kind of precondition for success. The third D is green. Whatever we are doing, whatever we are looking into, whatever we are doing, it has to be green, sustainable. If not, we'll not be here in a few years or 10 years or whatever. 3 Ds. The 5 S's, India's scale. India is enormous when it comes to challenges, but also to opportunities. So therefore, Honorable Minister of State, take India's scale to the next level. It's not sufficient to be largest, but you have to go to be greatest. Next, S is skills. There are a lot of skills in this country. I was just fumbling with this. This bottle of coconut water. And I was trying to open it. And you see, it doesn't work. And I was looking how to do it. And then Honorable Minister showed me Indian innovation. Yeah, it's true. You see, there's a small tag here. So if you do like this, then it will open automatically. This is Indian innovation. Some will say Jugaad. So skills, fantastic. So we need a lot of skills. India has skills. You all bring skills to the table. Next is scope. Whatever you are doing here at Chandigarh University, whatever you are doing from wherever you come, it has to have a scope that goes beyond you as individuals. The institutions that you're representing is for the world, is for the humanity. Next thing, speed. We are all talking about the climate changes, and it's hot in Delhi. So hot that I've lost my hair. It's true. It's true. It's so hot there. But we need to work hard to deliver on the Sustainable Development Goals, which is also guiding this university here, should be guiding all of us. And then, of course, sustainability. So, ladies and gentlemen, 3 Gs, 5 S's. What does that give? Success. And I hope that all these honorable members of the dais, but also you and the humanity here will work on this equation. Because if you do that, Chandigarh University will become a front runner and a global model for success, and we need success. So with these few words, I congratulate all of you, and I don't hope you missed out on this, because it's very smart and very innovative. So keep that in mind. Dhanyavad. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. And we will surely remember your 3 Gs and 5 S. A huge round of applause for once again for sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to invite one of the esteemed dignitaries who has worked in numerous capacities and has given direction and has set a benchmark for all of us with his dynamic leadership, be it as an academician and as a true leader. With your huge round of applause, let's welcome Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of State for Education and External Affairs. And I request sir to kindly address the audience, please.
Namaskar. My warm good afternoon to the Chancellor Shri Santanam Singh Ji, Pro Vice Chancellor and Vice Chancellor of Chandigarh University, and also distinguished the guests, Dr. Banwarilal Natia Ji, Chairperson NRC NCTE, and Professor Rajiv Ahuja, Director IIT Ropar, and honorable guests, S.S. Dharampal Singh Ji, IAS, Honorable Advisor to Union Territory Administration Chandigarh, and His Excellency, with a great idea just now addressed to us, His Excellency Freddy Savanesi, Ambassador of the Royal Danish Embassy in New Delhi. And of the Chandigarh University and esteemed audience of faculty, researchers, and students from various countries. At the very outset, I would like to express my congratulations and happiness to the Chandigarh University for enabling convergence of 75 world's university in this campus to mark the 75 years of Indian independence that we fondly call Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And I congratulate for this. And of course, 75 years of independence, we have a different kind of achievement in all the fields. But now the remaining, as mentioned by His Excellency Denmark, the remaining 25, that is 2047, is the Amrit Kal. In this Amrit Kal, what could we achieve as an educational institutions, and based on that National Education Policy 2020. And on this occasion, one of the very important, the faculty development, international faculty development program is one of the best item to achieve and to discourse during this Amrit Kal. So I'm happy to note that Chandigarh University has developed and is maintaining an inspiring tradition of organizing annual international faculty development program to give an international exposure to their faculty. This program, in a way, is implementation of internationalization of higher education in its true spirit, as more than 100 professors from 90 universities of 36 countries having expertise in 27 different areas are participating in this international faculty development program. I personally welcome the professors and experts from abroad and thank them in the beginning itself for taking pain to visit us, for sharing their knowledge, expertise, and wisdom by treating the whole world as one family. I feel this program is a great opportunity for participating faculty as it will lead to their sensitizations about new concept of teaching, enhance their skill, and update them on latest development in their field and research methodologies. It is pleasing to note that this university is leading stand alone institutions in the country to file the highest number of patents in the last 3 years. And the students and faculty of this university have filed 1,816 patents so far, and more than half of these faculty, half of these directly cater to 17 sustainable development goals set by the United Nations. This is truly an international campus, as students from 60 countries are stated to be currently studying in the campus of the university. It's worth mentioning to note that Chandigarh University has established academic tie-up with 390 plus top-ranked universities from 69 countries, which include 149 QS world rank and 150 times higher education rank universities. The figures are promising, as Chandigarh University is stated to have more than 30 industry-sponsored centers of excellence and training centers. In line with the principles of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that is, the whole world is one family, for mutual growth and inclusive development, this international faculty development program is surely going to set out a continuous and steering discussion to explore effective methods of improving higher education standard, both in India and the participating countries. Vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji is contained in the National Education Policy 2020, and in implementation of that, this international faculty development program applies to work on the guiding principles and goals of the fourth in the NEP 2020. India was once considered as Vishwa Guru in the field of education. We gave the world teaching in Vedas, grammar, philosophy, astronomy, medicine, surgery, politics, archery, warfare, music, and commerce. And students from all over the world came to study here. However, despite having a comparative advantage in terms of low fees and low cost of living, the students' flow to India slowed down over the years. This was one of the major concerns for Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji when he took over, and he has worked tirelessly to reverse the trend. Under his dynamic leadership, we are able to identify the gaps in the higher education, including the quality of education, irrelevant curriculum, and the irrelevance of the course vis-a-vis the future employability of students. We noticed that we had limited number of foreign faculty in the institutions of higher education and limited exposure of local faculty member to the international context, and it was decided to fix all of that with the National Education Policy 2020 and its implementations. With the implementation of NEP 2020, The Indian education system is witnessing world's biggest reform in the field of education and is focused on making India a Guru once again in the global world, primarily by the internationalization of Indian education, the guidelines for which have already been framed and circulated. The vision of Honorable Prime Minister has already started showing great result as India has increased the share of international students from 2.3% to 6% in the global student mobility market. More than 50,000 students from 164 countries are currently studying in Indian universities in various programs, and we aim to make that rise to 5 lakhs by the year 2024. While on the one hand, the guideline focus on improving the standard of higher education in Indian universities and matching the global standard, on the other hand, it encourages Indian institutions to reach out and establish partnership with the best international universities of the world. It gives me immense pleasure to share that our institutions are already bringing the science in teaching methods, learning strategies, students' evaluations methods, and socialization processes, taking the best out of the collaboration with international institutions across the world. The most important factor for the success of higher education institution is the quality and engagement of its faculty. Despite various improvements in the status of the academic profession, faculty motivations in terms of teaching, research, and service in higher education institutions remain far lower than the desired level. Each faculty member is supposed to be happy, enthusiastic, engaged, and motivated towards advancing his or her students, institutions, and professions. Curriculum, pedagogy, continuous assessment, and student support are the cornerstones for quality learning. The National Education Policy 2020 places enormous challenges and responsibility on institutions and faculty as they have been given autonomy to innovate on matters of curriculum, pedagogy, and assessment within a broad framework of higher education qualification while ensuring consistency across institutions, programs, and modules. Accordingly, curriculum and pedagogy are to be designed by institutions and motivated faculty to ensure a stimulating and engaging learning experience for all students. And continuous formative assessment need to be used to further the goals of its program by continuous and comprehensive evaluations. Faculty should develop and capacity and get training to be able to approach students not just as teacher, but also as mentor and guides. All programs, courses, curricula, and pedagogy across subjects, including in-class, online, and in ODL modes, as well as student support, should aim to achieve global standards of quality. Faculty are to be empowered to conduct innovative teaching, research, and service as they see best as that will be a key motivators and enabler for them to do truly outstanding and creative works. The presence of outstanding and enthusiastic institutional leaders that cultivate excellence and innovations is the need of the hour. Outstanding and effective institutional leadership is extremely important for the success of an institution and its faculty. Excellent faculty with high academic and service credential, as well as demonstrated leadership and management skill, need to be identified early and trained through a ladder of leadership positions. Institutional leaders should aim to create a culture of excellence that will motivate and incentivize outstanding and innovative teaching, research, institutional service, and community outreach from faculty members and the institution. Knowledge creations and research are critical in growing and sustaining a large and vibrant economy, uplifting society, and continuously inspiring a nation to achieve even greater heights. A robust ecosystem of research is perhaps more important than ever with the rapid changes occurring in the world today. That is, in terms of climate change, population dynamics, and management, biotechnology, and expanding digital marketplace, and the rise of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Today, the criticality of research is important more than ever before for the economic, intellectual, societal, environmental, and technological health and progress of a nation and the world. Knowledge creations and research are critical for growth of our economy and society. It has been experienced throughout the world that a country can become prosperous only by becoming strong knowledge society. Despite this critical importance of research, the research and innovation investment in India is at the current time only about 0.7% of GDP, as compared to 2.8 in the USA, 4.3 in Israel, and 4.2 in South Korea. The societal challenges that India needs to address today, such as access for all its citizens to clean drinking water and sanitations, quality education and healthcare, improved transportations, air quality, energy, and infrastructure require the implementations of approaches and solutions that are not only informed by top-touch science and technology, but are also rooted in a deep understanding of the social science and humanities and the various socio-cultural environmental dimensions. In this context, I would like to share one of the information very recently I come across, that is that the best educational ecosystem exists only to those institutions where interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary programs are cohesively implemented. Then that institution is the best educational ecosystem is available. And that's why one of the smallest island nation, Japan, they are having only 100 universities, but they produce about 27 Nobel laureates, as one of our the presidium member has mentioned, to produce the Nobel laureate. So if you see the educational ecosystem in Japan, and they can produce that things, that is because of the multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary approaches of the different disciplines. Facing and addressing these challenges will require high-quality interdisciplinary research across the field. Evidences from the world-based university throughout the history shows that the best teaching and learning progress at a higher education level occur in environment where there is also a strong culture of research and knowledge creation. Conversely, much of the very best research in the world has occurred in multidisciplinary university settings. I hope that the implementation of establishment of a national research foundation under National Education Policy 2020 will further boost the research activity as it will ensure a merit-based and equitable peer review, research funding, and as NRF will carefully coordinate with other funding agencies such as DST, Department of Atomic Energy, Department of Biotechnology, ICR, ICMR, ICISR, UGC, as well as various private and philanthropic organizations to ensure synergy of purpose and to avoid duplication of efforts. Particularly, attention is now required to be paid to the emerging disruptive technologies that will necessarily transform the education system. Our education system now need to focus on developing higher order competency of students instead of their factual and procedural knowledge. Higher educational institutions are required to play an active role not only in conducting research on disruptive technologies, but also in creating instructional materials and courses, including online courses in cutting-edge domain and assessing their impact on specific areas such as professional education to be scaled up further. Hence, educational institutions in India need to focus on creating environment that support high quality research, innovation, and entrepreneurship, leading to commercialization and technology transfer. The institute should place a greater emphasis on the quality of their innovations and research rather than on the number. The NEP 2026 to create interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary holistic view of for sustainable development. Our university should be filled with multidisciplinary and holistic perspective to transform the system of higher education for students and for the general public. With this thought, words, and ideas, at the end, I would like to thank the dynamic team of Chandigarh University and my special thanks again to all the visiting faculty and experts from abroad for their ennobling spirit of sharing their thought, wisdom, and expertise. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with your enriching and words of wisdom. And now I would like to request our Honorable Chancellor, Chandigarh University, Sardar Satnam Singh Sandhuji, to kindly come forward and give the memento as a token of gratitude and appreciation to our Honorable Minister of State for Education and External Affairs, Government of India, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh Ji. I request our Honorable Minister of State for Education and External Affairs to kindly come forward and receive a memento of gratitude and appreciation on the behalf of Chandigarh University. We are so honored that Sir shared his valuable time with us, for being with us during the inauguration of the International Faculty Development Program 2022. I also would like to request our honorable dignitaries to kindly give a memento of gratitude and appreciation to His Excellency Freddie Sivan, Ambassador of the Royal Danish Embassy in New Delhi. Next, we have Shri Dharampal Singh Ji, IAS, Honorable Advisor to UT Administrator, Chandigarh. Next, I would like to invite Professor Rajiv Ahuja, Director, IIT Ropar. Next, I request Dr. Banwari Lal Natia Ji, Chairperson, NRC NCTE, Delhi, to kindly receive a memento of appreciation on the behalf of Chandigarh University. Next, I would like to invite Sri Sriram Tombe Meti Ji, Additional Private Secretary to MOS. And now I would like to invite our honorable experts from all around the world. I firstly would like to invite Professor Dr. Alexi, Professor, University of British Columbia, Canada, to kindly join us on the stage. Do we have Professor Dr. Alexi with us to kindly join us on the stage? Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Angel, Professor from University of Alcalá, Spain. Professor Dr. Angel, Professor from University of Alcalá, Spain. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Biju Kumar Tapalia Ji, Dean and Professor, Purbanchal University, Nepal. Professor Dr. Binoy Burman, Professor from Daffodil International University, Bangladesh. Next, I would like to invite Professor Katrina Margarita Mary, Associate Professor from University of Pretoria, South Africa. Next, I would like to invite Professor Christina Kotra, Associate Professor, Abu Dhabi University, UAE. Next, I would like to invite Professor Constantine Antonio, Associate Professor, Abu Dhabi University, UAE. Can we have a huge round of applause for our honorable experts and guests of honors? Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Donald Rubedia, Associate Professor, Macquarie University, Uganda. Next, we have Professor Dr. Doris Padmini, Associate Professor, University of Penang, Malaysia. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Felicitas C., the Professor of Polytechnic University of the Philippines, from Philippines. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Hub Marcin, Professor, University of Lodz, Poland. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Jonah Carla C. Bain, Director of International Affairs, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, from Philippines. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Jahulak Priya, Professor, Northwest University, South Africa. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Khalifa Al Jabri, Professor, Sultan Qobas University, Oman. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Kudrete Khuda, Professor Delfodil, International University, Bangladesh. Next, Professor Dr. Laura Karen, Professor, South Minas University Center, Brazil. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Larousse, Professor from Val University of Technology, VUT, South Africa. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Lino, the professor from Iloilo Science and Technology University, Philippines. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Lokesh Ramnath Maharajji, Senior Lecturer, University of KwaZulu Natal, South Africa. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Lucy J.S. Boats, Professor, Northwest University, South Africa. Next, Professor Dr. Mandente, Director of External Relations and Partnership, Behed Dhar University, Ethiopia. Can we have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? It is a great honor for all of us that these experts are here with us. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Maria Rosa, Professor from University of Alcalá, Spain. Next, Professor Dr. Mohan Singh Saud, Associate Professor, Far Western University, Nepal. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Marwit, Professor from the American University in Cairo, Egypt. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Mohammed, Professor from Daffodil International University, Bangladesh. Next, I would like to invite Professor Magdalena Maria, Professor from University of Lodz, Poland. Next, I would like to invite Professor Mubarak Al-Alwai, Professor from Sultan Qobus University, Oman. Next, I would like to invite Professor Natasha Slack, from the Associate Professor from Zaid University, UAE. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Pankaj B. Parathe, Assistant Professor from Sultan Qobus University, Oman. Next, we have Professor Dr. Paul McConnell, Professor from University of Birmingham, UK. Next, I would like to invite Professor Satstri, a professor from Florida State University, USA. Next is Professor Dr. Tapse, Vice President for Research and Community Services, Bahir Dhar University, Ethiopia. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Tal Ilan, Professor from Free University of Berlin, Germany. Next, I would like to invite Professor Varshika Bhana Pema, Professor from University of Pretoria, South Africa. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Vinan C.J. Grobler, Professor from Northwest University, South Africa. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Zedbu Imru, Professor from Bahir Dhar University, Ethiopia. And a huge round of applause for our honorable guest of honors and our honorable chief guest for being here with us. And now for the vote of thanks, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Anand Agarwal, Vice Chancellor, Chandigarh University, to kindly present the vote of thanks.
Our Honorable Minister of State for Education and External Affairs, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, Honorable Chancellor, Sir, Shri Satnam Singh Sandhuji, His Excellency Freddie Swain, Honorable Advisor to Chandigarh Administrator, Sri Dharampal Singh Ji, Director, IT Roper, Professor Rajiv Ahuja, Chairperson, NRC NCT, Dr. Banwar Lal Natia, Honorable Pro-Chancellor, Professor Bawa, Pro-VC, Professor Devinder, our deans, directors, executive directors of Chandigarh University. On behalf of the university, I extend my gratitude and thanks to all of you for participating in this insightful, productive, and exciting event. This event has been full of learning, and the sessions starting from today till 9th of July will be also very helpful and full of insights for all of us. I'm taking a liberty just to summarize the learning from this event today here. From Dr. Banwari Lal Natia, Chairperson, NRC NCT, we have learned the true nature of education, the purpose of education. We have got the insights on the gaps in our education system. We need to focus on values in education and the basic roles of education to enhance the human welfare. Aim of education should be to develop Anand, or we can call bliss, in human beings. So thank you, sir, for this insightful learning for all of us. Professor Rajiv Ahuja, the director for IIT Raipur, IIT Roper, has invited us, our faculty members, to IIT Roper by welcoming us for mutual learning and sharing of knowledge. And definitely, we will visit and learn from each other, sir. Teacher training programs and supervisor training programs are important. We are focusing on innovation and collaboration already, and we will increase our focus on it further. We need to get Nobel Prize for India on basic sciences. I think we can all collaborate to get this done. This is one of our vision for the Chandigarh University, sir. Thank you for the invitation. We will visit IIT Ropar and we'll have collaborative projects together. Sri Dharampal Singh ji, advisor to the Administrator of Chandigarh. The 4 pillars of national education policy and insights on the features of NEP has been very helpful for us. Thank you for congratulating us also. We will continue growing with your support and cooperation, sir. His Excellency, Freddie Swain, thank you for reiterating the success and growth of India in the last 75 years. Thank you for motivating us for doing better in education due to our potential. The 3 Gs and 5 S. It's a very meaningful perspective for all of us. And the mirroring question marks design and the heart shape. Thank you for that perspective also. From our Honorable Minister, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh ji, the motivation and the path which you are showing to us to go to the Amrit Kal is full of wisdom which we need to follow. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for thanking our guests from abroad. We have noted down the challenges mentioned by you and we work on that further. Thank you for recognizing us as a progressive and international university. We have a long way to go and we will achieve our dreams with your support, sir, that will make India a Vishwaguru. I want to extend my gratitude and thanks to all the distinguished dignitaries, faculty members from multiple countries, our own faculty members, our HODs, admin staff, IT staff, media personnel present here, all the support staff members for making this event successful. And it is true that without your support and teamwork, this kind of event is not possible at all. So I'm very grateful and thankful to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the vote of thanks. And now for the group photograph, I request our honorable guests to kindly join us at the front, and we will have a group photograph with all the audience member and our honorable guest of honors and the experts who have joined us from all around the world.